Alright, what's up, guys? So, this is review number 6 with Have a Beer with Erik. This is my second video of the week and also my second crowler. I wanted to do two videos because I got multiple crowlers and obviously I can't store these too long, and I really like the beers that I did as the crowlers. The previous one was the the triple hop, dry hop double IPA, and today we have a passion fruit orange guava sour from Resident Brewing. I stopped by there when I went out to downtown on Friday, also for the Crawler Awareness Week. I ended up getting like three crawlers over there. One of these, and then the other one was an Urbanite, which is a West Coast IPA. Um, I went there in hopes of getting their hazy coconut double IPA, but apparently they sold out of that one super quick. And they also had their first note, which is a coffee, vanilla, and cocoa blonde ale. I was able to try that as a taster, and it's a really nice beer. Unfortunately, they ran out, but I really liked it because the blonde ale was like kind of like creamy. It was tasted more like a cream ale rather than a blonde ale. So, and then I really like this one, and I actually got the very last crowler of this one. It's Hawaiian Summer. It's 6%, and alright, let's try it out. So the way that crowlers work at Resident Brewing is that you can't just show up and get a fill. They'll only do pours. Well, this one's like filled to the very brim. This should be fun. So they'll do every weekend. They'll have a list of the beers that they'll have on crowlers. So they'll be pre-filled like on Thursday night or something, and then you'll choose from whatever they have already sealed in a crowler. So you can't just show up and ask for a crowler of something that's not on their list, because they won't do it. And they do this to ensure that they only fill beers that are fresh. And so yeah, this is I believe this is a kettle sour. It's not a barrel aged sour. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done crowlers. But usually, kettle sours aren't as well received as a barrel aged sour. Usually, the quality is much greater. But I really enjoyed this one. As you can see, it has like pretty good carbonation. It has a nice head. I can smell a lot of the passion fruit and the guava. Slight tartness to it, not too sour. It tastes a lot like the passion fruit orange guava juice. But if you've ever had passion fruit orange guava juice, you can tell that that juice is usually pretty thick and very, very sweet. With this beer, it's like you get the juice, but way less thick. It's a very thin beer because it's a sour. Sours are always pretty thin. The head was like a little creamy, which was nice. Um, and then obviously it's not as sweet as the juice. It's actually a little bitter at the end. You get maybe like a little hop bitterness towards the end. But it's very fruity, very tropical. Um, I actually wasn't expecting to come out of the brewery with a crowler of this one, because as soon as I saw sour, I was like, I probably won't get a crowler of that. But I ended up doing a flight, so I got their hazy vacation. Well, I did the flight of all four that they had on crowlers, but by the time I got there, they only had two left. So the Urbanite and the Hawaiian Summer, which is this one, I had them in the flight, and I really enjoyed both of them. So I ended up coming out with two crawlers of the Urbanite and a crawler of this one. Since they were like 32% off, I basically got one of these for free. Um, the other two, they were really great, but unfortunately couldn't get them anymore. And I also tried their Imperial Stout, the Omnia Storm. That one was really good as well. It was slightly boozy, but I actually enjoyed the booziness in the beer. Like I could taste it a little at the end, but it was at a point where I could enjoy it. So like it was good for me. I also had no, besides the stout, I had another beer. It was their limonada. It tastes like it's like a lemon sour, and to me, it tasted kind of like a lemonade, but obviously a bit less sweet than the lemonade. Um, Not as sour either, but obviously in a beer form, which was pretty refreshing. It's a pretty refreshing beer. Definitely a summer one, just like this one. Both of them pretty good sours. I would, if they had one of the limonada as a like the crowler, then I might have gotten that one. But I think with like one crowler for sour was enough. So yeah, I get mostly I'm not really getting much orange. Um, it's mostly passion fruit and guava, but I love passion fruit orange guava juice, pog juice, and so this reminds me a lot of pog juice. So I'm really enjoying this beer. That's why I wanted to do a review on it. I knew that I really liked it, and I had to open it pretty soon. That's why I'm doing two videos this week because obviously Corrales like it says like drink fresh, so I had to open it preferably by today. And I figured I might as well do another video, and I'll probably post this tomorrow. That way, my two reviews aren't directly back to back. They'll be like a day apart, or maybe I'll even post it on Friday. Um, but yeah, this is nice and refreshing. It's still pretty cold, so I'm not really losing much flavor just from the temperature. But the fact that it's cold, it makes it nice because here in San Diego it's pretty warm. It's been kind of cold recently, but this week it's been warming up a little. I'm actually a little hot right now. So drinking this beer, it's pretty refreshing, very nice. It's 6.0%, like straight 6%. But I mean, like I'm drinking this like super easy. This would probably be like a 4% or like if I didn't know the percent, maybe even like 3. Because there's a lot of sours that they make that they're like around 3 to 4%. Um, but yeah, this is a pretty nice beer to just chill. This is not gonna hit me as much as the double IPA from yesterday. Even though I'm also drinking 32 ounces, but I mean, I'm already like a third of the way into the beer, maybe almost halfway. So I'm way more comfortable. The carbonation's not that high, which is I'm surprised, but it makes it kind of smooth. It doesn't make it too crisp, but it's still pretty light. So, and I mean at the start, the head when I first took a sip, the head was pretty smooth and a little creamy. So that was pretty nice. It's not like the usual high carbonation that you get with your average sours. Although I think usually barrel aged sours will have a higher, crisper carbonation than kettle sours. I cannot confirm that, but that's what I think. So if you like light beers, you should definitely check this beer out. If you haven't tried sours, this is definitely a good gateway beer to sours because it's not really that sour. You get like a little tartness, but it's barely there. Um, or just if you want to try out new styles or just new beers, definitely check this beer out. Check out the brewery. They're inside a bar called The Local in downtown. Um, it's a little hidden, but there on the side you can see the brewery's backside. So you just have to go into The Local. Sorry, and just go in, and then it's at the very back. You can do flights, you can do growler fills, you can just do pints. And since it's a bar, they require a kitchen, so you can get food there too, which I've never tried, but I've heard it's amazing. So yeah, definitely check out. It's a very nice brewery. They just turned, I believe they just turned 1 year. They had their year anniversary, or it might have been 2 years. Can't exactly remember, but it was just their anniversary just passed, and I heard it was a full house. They had some great beers, and that is it. Cheers.